Are you ready? There you go.
5 years ago, I set myself a challenge. I'd just done my postgraduate in journalism, and I gave myself carpal tunnel trying to do shorthand, and I decided I needed a bigger challenge, something more exciting. So I set myself the challenge of doing a marathon. Now, to look at me, you think, okay, right, she's not exactly Paula Radcliffe, and someone at a networking event actually said, oh, you're training for a marathon? Surprised you're not skinny. What a charmer! Yes, but that's gammons for you. So I decided to prove this guy wrong, and I signed up for marathons. And I wasn't exactly the sportiest person at school, and in fact, in terms of running, I'd only ever done 10Ks, so a marathon, for reference, is 42K, 26.2 miles, 42,000 metres. So it was quite a big challenge, but I had to prove that guy wrong, right? And I realised with the running, it's a really good way of practicing mindfulness, because when you are running, all you are thinking about is that run. How many minutes does that mile take? How long until the next sort of milestone? So it really just gives you a chance to sort of be with your own thoughts. And also, I realised that there are a lot of parallels between marketing and marathon running. Isn't it interesting how everyone's got an opinion on marketing? If everyone had an opinion on heart surgery, I think there'd be a lot more, well, dead people in the world. But everyone seems to think they know how to do marketing. So the first thing I noticed is that people will always give you their opinions whether or not you want them. So they'll tell you what to eat, they'll tell you what trainers to wear. Or in the case of marketing, they'll tell you should write things this way or you should advertise this way. But you know what works best for your body, you know what works best for your clients. The second thing is there will always be objections. So there might be someone saying, no, I've always done it this way, I've always written the copy this way, I've always done the social ads this way. It's the same with marathons. There will always be people saying, oh, are you sure you can really run 26.2 miles? So you've got to prove them wrong, and you've got to show that you can do it. Here's an example. Here's my nan. Katie, you're not going to run 26.2 miles. Here she is on Channel 4. She got on telly watching me at the York Marathon, and she said, you didn't get on telly, did you, Katie? I ran 26.2 miles. And she gets on telly, but she had her objections. Number 3, it's all about the numbers. So when you are running, you're constantly doing calculations in your head. So if I can do a 10-minute mile, then I'll finish this at 4:30, or can I convert that to kilometres? You're thinking about it all the time. And what you're going to do with those numbers is you're going to take that data. So parallels of marketing, here's a little study we did into where our leads came in pre and post pandemic. So orange is networking, we did really well from networking, then obviously that dropped off, and then referrals started coming in. So once you look at your data, you realise actually you can start to see trends, and then within that you can make decisions. So if I'm doing a lot of running, I know that I actually don't like running in the rain, I don't like running in the hot weather, so based on these trends, based on what makes you run fastest, I can make decisions. And it's the same with marketing, sort of looking at those numbers. Next, Rome was not built in a day. So I think you all know that you have to be consistent with marketing, and it's the same with marathon running. I did not go from 10K to 42K overnight. So you really have to put the hard work in, and you will fail a few times along the way, with a lot of trial and error. I remember getting my first injury. I tried everything, infrared therapy, x-rays, I went to a faith healer, and I even tried, well, a little hydrotherapy. You lot can look that up when you go home. But ultimately you are going to fail, but the harder you work, the better results you will get. So that's what I learned along the way, from being consistent and accepting those failures. And we sort of applied that to a study we did in 2020. We did a little challenge called Write 52, wherein we wrote 52 blog posts, 1 blog post per week over the course of the year. And with that sort of consistent marketing, these are the results we got. So again, there are those parallels there with the running, putting in the effort, getting those faster miles, just being consistent with it, and you can see that putting in the hard work gets you results. 5th lesson, do not try and sell to everyone. How many people go on LinkedIn and just see people going, here's what you should be doing, really, really unsubtly trying to sell their services? It drives me insane. I'm sure it's the same for you guys. My husband says that when you go on LinkedIn, you want 2 things. You either want to learn or you want relatable content. You do not want to be lectured. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should all be running marathons, because I know running isn't for everyone. It's the same with marketing. So I need to accept that not everyone is going to be my target market. I mean, sure, I could tell you that this is a fantastic feeling. You know, you're overcoming your injuries and you're getting those medals and you've got people giving you jelly babies and it's fantastic. But I know that not everyone is into running. So instead of telling people what am I going to do, I'm going to show them. So this might be a case of with your marketing, you might be using your case studies, you might be using your testimonials, your blog posts, or with marathon running, it might be showing off your medals. So in this case, I've actually run 5 marathons. Screw you, guy who said I was too fat. here I am, here's proof, I'm showing you, I'm not telling you. So that is all from me. I invite you to go out and get your own medals. And I've just realised I brought a medal with me and I forgot to put it on. But there we are. Thank you very, very much.